Hello, beautiful beings. I wanted to talk about fear and how we can massage our being around fear and why that would be beneficial for us. So, yeah. Fear, it's like a worst case scenario. Oh my God, I hope that doesn't happen. Like not even wanting to look at what we're afraid of, which can turn the fear into something bad, something wrong, something we're ashamed of, something we just want to like hop on it and rise above it without actually tending to it. And so since there are no real wrong emotions or wrong experiences, they're all weaved together, all the emotions, all the feelings, and it's perfectly designed as the fabric of, as the web that our soul is meant to dance in and express itself through. So I feel like fear can be one of like the most challenging things to face, and one of the most challenging things to not only face but move through. Now the thing about fear is that if we want to bypass it, hop above it, shut it down, it's kind of like trying to get on to the second floor when you have to use the elevator, you have to walk up the stairs. It's just like when we try to bypass fear, it's like, oh, just bring me to the second floor. And so how do we face the fear? How do we massage it? Well, first of all, what happens in the body and the mind when there's fear, there's a big energy that comes through. And if we're not moving into it, through it, tending to it, our brain will go into fight or flight mode. And the brain will be like, danger, alert, look for all the reasons why this is unsafe. In the book, The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins, she describes this in a really beautiful way. How, based on scientific research, that's what happens when we go into doubt. Like all the possible reasons of what can go wrong come alive and we can actually experience it as real. And so as we experience this reality, like we bypass fear unconsciously, like it's just an unconscious thing that happens, and it's like as though we're living the fear already when it's actually not here. And so one way to begin massaging ourselves through the fear is to actually sit in, what if our worst fear has already happened? Now, we might think, oh, like that's going to make it happen. Well, is it happening? So tune into a big fear that you have. I hope that doesn't happen. And play with the question just for the sake of play. When we say, I'm just playing a little, the brain tends to soothe. Oh, they're just playing. They're just playing. Playing is not that dangerous. Notice how I'm just going to play with this question can actually soothe and ease your nervous system. What if your worst fears already happened now? There's nothing to resist, nothing to control, nothing to calculate. What if it's already happened now? And just notice what's happening in your body. How are you feeling in your skin? What texture does your brain have? And again, we'll play with it. What if it's already happened? What if my worst fear has already happened now?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to staying with
People are coming. So the beautiful gift in this is that it does release control. It does release It lets go of any need for us to micromanage things. And it may bring up other emotions other than fear. Sadness, grief, disappointment. And as we tend to those things, we know that we've actually moved through fear and not bypass it. We move through fear in order to access one step at a time toward what we're growing into, shedding from. And the other feelings, experiences have a different way to tend to them. Sadness, anger, grief. For now, we'll stick with fear and massage it in another way. So, our whole relationship to fear, how we were brought up in school, culture, educated, programmed, is, oh, fear, stay away from it. It's bad. It's dangerous. Keep yourself safe. Like, all the times we give our power away is for usually the benefit of safety, of getting safety outside ourselves. And so let's play with our relationship with fear. Again, we're only playing. What if the fear is what's going to actually help you embrace your power from within, not based on external circumstance? We're massaging fear with a few questions. We're playing with how we relate to this word. This word fear has a whole neural pathway network of highways in our brain. Fear can be associated to death, danger, bad, enemies, lack, separation, loneliness, lost, stuck. And so let's play with what if fear actually can be connected to your inner power, your inner authority, your remembrance. What if fear can be correlated to you up-leveling and remembering? Notice, playing with these words with fear, what that does. You might notice a shift in your solar plexus center, a beginning of releasing some energy. Now, the thing about fear is it's a really big energy. It's a really powerful, big energy. Usually what we fear the most equals what we are actually about to cultivate. The levels of power, prosperity, support. And so acknowledging that fear is actually a very large energy that we might not want to give away so easily. We might not want to bypass it and just skippity-doo-dah. So seeing it as a big energy without a label of fear, can you actually be in that energy now? What would it be like for you to handle that energy? So can we play now with the actual energy of what our brain calls fear? Can you allow that energy to shower your body? Playing with what if you're safe to feel this fear? What if you can handle this fear? As we're just playing with questions, exploring the playground of our psyche, things can feel a little more easeful. I'm not telling you, like, face your fear, go do it now. We're just playing. We're just playing. So how can we sit in this large energy that is soaking into our cellular structure? Rather than repressing it, suppressing it, and the brain going off with creating all these stories, of why it's rightful to skippity-doo-dah it. Can we actually expand ourselves and breathe into it? Now, as we begin absorbing this energy, this large energy that a lot of us were programmed to not face, the system that many of us have been brought up in and live in is we're programmed to not face our fears. Like now in the new agey awakening whole thing, it's like more friendly to trust. But to acknowledge that we were actually brought up and trained to stay small, sheeple, because there's profit made out of that and because the system runs based off our fear. That's when we sell our soul. That's where we're dishonest with who we are. That's where we distort our authenticity. And that's where disease comes in, the need for band-aids of all sorts to gaslight the symptoms that are signals. So breathing into that energy. And as the mind comes up with all the programs running of what will happen if you keep embracing this big energy of you, what if we play with what else is possible? Giving a command to the brain, hey, can you tell me what else is possible besides all these dark narratives? Using the fear energy to rise and, wow, brain, what else is possible with this energy? So take a moment to take that thing that you are mostly afraid of happening, or that is happening. What else is possible? There's no need for the mind to come up with the answer in words. It's an energy answer. When we play with our psyche in this way, it's an energetic answer that is directly dropped into the body. What if playing with questions is enough? In the culture we grew up in, many of us were bribed, loved to know answers, to intellectualize life. And what if it's okay for us to be in our innocence and curiosity and wonder, and to simply play with questions? The right questions. The questions that bring in what you truly need. How can you design your questions with your imagination and your innocence? So the questions can be vessels, receptors of actual energies being received, such as relaxation, soothing. When working with people and myself, working with myself also, it's like, well, what if the worst thing happens? And it's like, okay, that's what that's like. The energy you're feeling is that's what that question brings. What if that's true and that's going to happen? What if you're going to be homeless on the street and have no one that would want to help you because you're a failure? Ask that and see what that's like. Sit with that until it moves through. Don't be afraid to ask a horrible question. Ask the horrible question and sit with that and see what that feels like fully. So you can begin exploring other questions. To be the perspective artist of the experience of your life. What else is possible? What else is possible with this fear? What else can this fear lead to? And breathing into that. Thank you for sitting with me today. I was feeling a lot of fear, which led me to this video, to creating this video. The energy of fear created this video, what my mind would call fear. And so if you watched till now, wow, thank you for fueling this pathway with the currency and the value of your attention. Your attention is the most valuable currency on the planet, which is why everybody's craving it. So thank you for investing it here. And I would really appreciate a like, a subscription, a share, a comment, how this felt for you. What is the biggest fear you're facing? To like put it out in the pool of the comments. And just putting the intention of whatever you're writing in the comments will be set free, witnessed. Let's connect there. And if you would like to receive more support through me, then I'd love to do so. There are many ways to do that. You can check out my Linktree. I'll be offering a 90-minute live experience on what else is possible with fear. Also, there's a Theta brainwave practitioner training coming up. You can check out the details. And also, Playful Pathways is coming alive. This was mostly the Playful Pathways method, which is a journey that is kind of like my creation baby and the way I've been living life. So we kind of dealt with the art of questions. We played with the art of questions today and emotional alchemy. So there are applications to enter that process to be a Playful Pathways facilitator. Sending you so much love. You are worthy of feeling the vast, big energy of that which is wrapped in fear.